Well, guys, it's another week and we've survived. We're here yet again, shockingly, with another episode of the FML podcast. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm tired. To be honest, the last 2 weeks really have been fuck my life. I think in the last 11 days, I've driven somewhere around 5,000 miles. I've spent way too many hours in the car. I've stayed in hotels more often than I've stayed in my own bed. My schedule's all out of whack. My diet's all out of whack. I am fucking tired. I'm done with it. Why am I doing this to myself? It makes
Well,
no sense.
that's
I'm
what
ready
I
to
was
be
saying
home for a little
before.
while.
Like, what's so special about traveling? Nothing. It's bad.
I'm kind of on your side most of the time. I only go places when I have to, right?
Yeah.
The idea of like, I would love to just go out and go do something and go to some shithole third world country to I don't give a fuck about that. I want to stay in my house and chill most of the time. But
Yeah.
sometimes people are doing things in other places of the country. You got to get going. So I was in Dallas last week, drove back just in time to do FML with Gundam. And then again, I planned my travel around making sure that I was back home for this stream.
What a gentleman.
That's right.
Truly, truly honorable.
Where's my fedora?
Yeah, milady.
Yeah.
The thing, though, is that I guess I view travel in the country versus travel out of the country differently because I personally will never leave the country. Like, I'm not getting stuck in the UK, getting off the plane, and then getting arrested. You know what I mean? That doesn't seem very, very good to me. I'm not looking to go somewhere else and get stabbed. I mean, not that that doesn't happen in the United States, but I'm not looking to go anywhere else, get arrested, get murdered. I'm good.
I don't know if they can really do that to us unless we do something there, but they might tell you go the fuck back or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. One time in my life, in my entire life, I want to do like 2 weeks in Europe, right? See like the UK, see some of that stuff, take a trip down, hit some of these countries, end up in Italy for a little while. One time in my life before I die. That's it. That's the only thing I want to do. That's the only like travel I want to do. I want to go to Japan. No, I don't fucking care. I want to go to
there's places
Korea
that sound cool,
Like
right?
what?
Like Japan. I think
No, it
Japan
doesn't.
sounds mildly cool.
I think the Japanese are kind of weird.
Well, they probably think you're kind of weird, so
I probably do. Guess what? We
Yeah.
fucking nuked them. So who's the loser? You know?
I guess
Get
point
wrecked.
taken.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations on anime. You had to do something to like,
Change the
reverse the,
public
way the world
perception of
thought of
them.
you. You had to do
Yeah.
something to make up for your pathetic loss in the war.
Yeah. True and real. I guess. I don't know. I feel like the United States has every sort of climate you could want. Generally, maybe there's somewhere out there that's slightly more secure where the police do something slightly better. I highly doubt it, and they're definitely not going to protect me if I go there because I'm an outsider. So it just doesn't seem that enticing to me, I guess, or exciting.
I don't know. I think most places in the world fucking suck. I'm glad I live in America. We got our problems, but
Yeah.
there are problems.
True.
Y'all are fucking stupid everywhere else. You know what I mean? It's like your
That sounds
family.
true.
Like you might argue with them. You might freaking hate your sister for what she did this or get in an argument with her, like whatever. But if anybody else says anything about your family, you're like, well, hold the fuck up. Look at you bums down the road in your double wide trailer, whatever the fuck. You can't talk to me about shit.
You two are just hate on thing, and people, wow, you guys are just bad people. Thumbs down. Thank
Darius, you
for
sound black.
Thank you for your opinion, and nobody asked for it. So
I didn't mean because of your bad grammar. I meant because of your name, Tavares. Just wanted to make that clear.
thank you for attempting to not get me canceled. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I do my best.
Is it more likely that the last episode is going to be on your channel or my channel because one of us gets banned? I'm thinking yours.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get banned.
I don't know.
Like
Never say never.
I certainly could get.
YouTube's losing out on a lot of money right now, so
I certainly could see like where a bunch of people mass flag or like whatever. But in terms of my content. Is my content bannable? It's not. I follow the rules. You know,
Most of the time.
you all the time. I do.
Do you?
I do. I might. I find ways to say what I mean, but just make sure that it's within the terms of service. I think that's realistic. You know,
Yeah.
I think everyone should be able to do it. Control yourself. Figure that out if you want to stay on that platform.
Yeah.
I don't say anything I don't feel. You just got to use your words the right way.
True and real. Chris, thank you for the 199. Tyreek Hill thinking FML right now.
You know who Tyreek Hill is, Vera?
Nope. Is that the guy we just watched?
It's the guy
this
we
a
watched right
sports
before we
reference?
started who fucking did
Oh,
something really bad to his
nasty.
leg for the Miami Dolphins. And if I hadn't have been going live for this, I would have made a video immediately for Sports Wars. Immediately.
I mean, you could have said, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. You're not a number one priority. Got to do what you got to do.
I could have. It wouldn't have taken me 20 minutes.
Well, 20 minutes to make a thumbnail, a title, a video.
Well, here's what I would have done. Full disclosure. I would have recorded the video in about 5 minutes and I would have made sure it was like a one take so I wouldn't have to really edit it. And then I would have come in the stream and I would have put the intro, the outro, started uploading it, making a thumbnail, all while I was engaged in conversation with you.
Fair enough. But thank you for that. Gear, thank you for that IDR. I think that translates to like $3, I want to say. Tim Sweeney and Stupid Team Fortnite thinks we represent totalitarianism and World War II still happening. Tell them to give Rocket League a 1984 EOS next. I think Tim Sweeney is such a stupid guy because in one case he's like, freedom of speech, everybody has a right to talk and express themselves, and then they go and they ban Fortnite emotes, they censor in-game chat, they say, well, freedom of speech doesn't count in our game. Such a stupid guy. It's such a stupid company.
I don't like Fortnite, right?
Yeah, I don't like Fortnite either.
What about Rocket League?
I've never played Rocket League.
Yeah, you're a woman. You probably won't be very good at it. It's a driving game.
Fair enough. When was the last time I saw you play a game? Hogwarts Legacy 3 years ago?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't played Rocket League in like 4 fucking years.
Yeah.
I was not very good at I was like, whatever. But you get like matched with people who are actually good at the game. Like who the entire time they're flying around, like you can't even reach up there because you don't have the control to like do your rocket the right way. It's like
they have like the pro controllers and it's like they have the 8 other buttons and inputs and then they macro that shit.
Yeah, like
and then
very
it's like
much.
It does a double jump.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing on the ground for the most part, bro. Like I might be able to do one like, oh shit, the ball's up there, jump, fucking rocket a little bit. Those guys are fucking
That's a Hail
wild.
Mary. That's not the norm.
It's like when you play Fortnite and you're like, okay, whatever, normal people, and then you run into some 13-year-old who's just building like insane shit, and you're like, well, this isn't fun anymore. So die.
Yeah. My major problem with Fortnite is that there are people who will literally have like these insane mice with all these extra buttons on them. And then they'll click 2, but each button will do like 2 actions. And then they'll instantly build a block around them. It's like, it's just insane. I don't know.
Oh. I have like 2 extra buttons on my mouse and I constantly hit the one that hits me back. And so, like, if we were doing this stream and I randomly just reached for my mouse and I accidentally hit that button, it would just hit back on Google Chrome and I would disappear. It'd be like I canceled it out.
I guess, yeah, that is a problem. I only have the 2 buttons on my mouse because I used to have one that had like the 10 numbers and I liked it, but I don't get a lot of use out of it anymore.
Is that for your SWOTOR days?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I believe it.
Yeah, SWOTOR's good. It's still good. But, you know. I don't want to say it's dead, though when it got handed to Broadsword, they got lazy. I think there's only been 1 major expansion under them.
It's run its course, you know? It's been around for a long time.
I still play it, but yeah.
I still pay for a subscription, but I haven't played it in about 2 years, so that's a lot of fucking money. I had been
That it
subscribed
is.
basically since a couple months after it launched, because
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do it when it launched because I was doing military shit at the time. So
Mhm.
since a couple months after it launched, I've basically been a subscriber almost that entire time, other than like, oh, my fucking card changed or my billing address changed. It didn't go through. I cannot imagine how much money I've spent on that game compared to the relatively
Well, it's what, $15 a month
yeah, compared
every
to the small
month.
period of time that I
Yeah.
actively like really played it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be fucking thousands of dollars over the years.
Oh, of course. Never mind microtransactions. Albert, Nada, Retro, thank you for the 5. Somebody needs to write a parody of Bon Jovi's It's My Life, get Dan Vast to sing it, and you guys use it as a theme song. You were
Fuck my life. It's now or never.
Wow.
Hopefully we don't live forever.
God, no. We were talking about how I think I'm good for another 10 years, like max. Good enough for me. Thank you for the 5. Quagmire, thank you for the 5. Ryan, you didn't get your fill of traveling in the Navy. Where did you even go?
No, honestly, I never got deployed my entire time I was in the military. So I traveled around the United States, but I never got deployed. I lucked out based on my rotation schedule. But I'm traveled out, period. I was in Dallas last week and I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee the past couple days.
Where are you going next?
I'm tired. Next, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything coming up, thankfully.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Orlando. I plan on traveling to Orlando.
Nice. Could be worse, I guess.
Could be a lot
Good
worse.
enough. Yeah.
I mean, I could be a gay person in gaming and then have a bunch of Saudis buy my company and realize I'm either going to get fired or thrown off a tall building. I mean, I could be that person, you know?
You're not just gonna get laid off when your studio doesn't make money this time, guys. So I guess we'll start with this topic. We found out today that the EA deal is going through. That there's a $55 billion acquisition happening. And of course, the gaming industry, the journos, some of the developers are not taking this very well, primarily because it's majorly the Saudis and, of course, Jared Kushner's company. So, whew, that is a double whammy for these people. And because that's the case, we're already seeing industry veterans melt down over this, which, by the way, I think is so funny because there are people that are like former BioWare lead writers, right? Who, in some cases, either haven't been in the industry for years or they've been in the industry, but they've been making terrible games like Anthem and Veilguard, and the access media still treats them as if their opinion is important and worthwhile. But now, PC Gamer, we don't even need to click the article. All you need to see is this. Former BioWare lead writer reads the runes on EA Saudi deal and speculates that guns and football are in, gay stuff is out, and the venerable RPG studio may be for the chop. I don't see a negative there.
Yeah, so this is the same person who was on Dragon Age the Veilguard, I believe. The same person who got fired after Dragon Age the Veilguard was a massive failure.
Yep.
It is such a weird story. Jared Kushner and a bunch of Saudis. So a Jew and a bunch of Muslims teaming up, and all the gay people are really upset. Like we finally get some peace in the Middle East, you know? And I guess the gay shit is on the way out, according to the gay writers. It might be a little bit too early to start celebrating and being like, wow, just because this happens, it means all the woke shit is going to be gone.
Oh, God,
that would be huge.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're taking the company private is crazy.
That is crazy.
I believe they went into like a lot of debt. In fact, potentially
$20 billion.
$20 billion
is what they're picking up
in debt in order to do this $55 million deal.
Billion,
so
yeah.
You must really think that you can make a lot more money as a privately
right,
owned
almost
company where
half
you're
of
not
that.
answering to investors, where you're not
Yeah.
relying on the stock doing this or that, when you can make decisions, weather the blows from whatever those might be, and just keep moving.
Well, yeah, because almost half of this is debt. That's absolutely insane to me. And of course, like I was mentioning, this guy, Trick Weeks, of course, he was Veilguard, he did Anthem, he had done Mass Effect. Like, sure, 20 years ago, he was part of some good games, but he isn't part of good games anymore. I'm sure you remember Trick Weeks. He's the one with the blue hair that looks absolutely horrendously gay. Even though allegedly
Oh,
he's
not just
married.
gay, horrendously
Yeah,
gay, huh?
horrendously gay. Yeah. It's overtly gay and not in a good fashion sense, like well-dressed, well-groomed way. It's horrendous gay.
Look,
But
the truth is, Dragon Age: The Veilguard may have been a big reason why this thing went through. You know, the fact that you have an IP like that is their best selling IP effectively, and you lay such a stinker into like BioWare, as we know it, that wing of EA is effectively dead.
well, I think it
You know?
has to do with the three big failures in a row. You had Andromeda, you had Anthem, and you had Veilguard. So basically, the two big franchises that they have are dead, and the new franchise they tried to launch is also dead. So where are they really going to turn to? We know that they're doing another Mass Effect game, but beside that, they're not going to make another Anthem. They're not going to make another Dragon Age, at least anytime soon. So we're talking about them really having no direction to go in at this point. I can't think of one, at least, unless they start like reviving older franchises and, proving how desperate they are. But it says the rumors have been swirling for a while before today brought a major industry announcement. EA has struck a $55 billion deal to go private in a Saudi-backed buyout. It's the biggest leveraged buyout in history, meaning that the new EA is instantly saddled with $20 billion of debt, and will face intense pressure to crank those profits. So I think that this could go either really well because they're going to have to be extremely careful with the projects that they greenlight, and they're going to cancel 90% of the trash, and they're only going to greenlight ones that fans are really asking for, and they're going to start listening to our feedback. Or it's that they're going to put out a bunch of trash games and monetize them so heavily that you basically have to buy hundreds to thousands of dollars in microtransactions. And if that's the case, the problem with that is that could also kill the company if it backfires on them.
Yeah, that is the thing that I think some people are looking at, and they're like, okay, Madden, people have enough problems with Madden as it is in terms of what they do and the microtransactions surrounding it and all that stuff. Is this going to be up to 11? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that really what they're going to focus on? And I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will focus on the sports stuff, kind of like Trick Week said. I do think there's some truth in what he's saying in terms of
Yeah.
what their priorities are going to be, which is the money makers
Well,
and in
yeah, of
making more money.
course. Yeah. Patrick Weeks, who goes by Trick Weeks, was a writer at BioWare from 2005 to 2025. Yeah, and the problem is that he's fucking trash at his job. Buyers, so your games. Guns and football, yes. EA, mostly guns and football, yep. Buyers, no gay stuff, no politics we're not going to like. Haha, definitely not. Hey, could you give me 1 second? I just need to shut down a studio real quick. Boo hoo. Okay, if you suck at your job, you don't deserve to have that job. And I hate to say it, right? Because I used to love BioWare. BioWare's made some of my favorite games personally.
Yes.
BioWare has worn its welcome at this point.
It's not the same company. It's not even
No,
close to the
of
same
course not.
company. It's not the same company that it was 20 years ago, certainly. And it's not even the same company it was 14 years ago. It's not. And I think this dude is like, that's like the way he phrases that. It's almost like, well, that's why we got fired for Veilguard. That's why they did this stuff, right? Because they wanted to get close to the Saudis, and
Right.
that's why we lost our jobs. Not because our game was an epic fucking failure, because we filled it with a bunch of queer shit that nobody liked.
Yeah. And another thing is that I don't know how many people here really follow like Saudi investments in games, but apparently the Saudi prince is obsessed with games, and that's why PIF has invested so heavily into the video games market over the past half a decade to a decade maximum. So, like, I have a feeling that the franchises he cares about most, which one would assume are going to be probably sports games, action games, are going to have the biggest budgets, right? They're going to be the ones that are prioritized because he's one of the major figures here. But for me, the big worry is truly Jared Kushner, and not because he himself like actually gives a fuck about the video game industry, but because it's one step closer to politicians and people that are, you know, very close to politicians investing in the video game industry. And that would truly be the worst case scenario for this fucking industry, is if politicians, we got motherfucking Nancy Pelosi saying, "Ooh, video games, $200 billion, let me invest." That would just be, that would be it. That would be total annihilation. Because then you have politicians paying attention to what their rivals are doing, and then them trying to hurt their rivals and going after the video games industry more. That would just be a nightmare.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with this. I think everyone's going to be overreacting in every way they can. I really don't know what it means, just honestly. I think that best case scenario is they actually do prioritize making good shit and making money, as opposed to all the virtue signaling, all of that stuff. On the other hand, it could go so far that it's like they don't give a fuck about the consumers. Bottom line, bottom line, bottom line. We don't have to readjust to backlash from customers because we're not a publicly traded company anymore. Like, I don't know. Here's the thing, you know, if they go all in and like the Muslim lifestyle shit, they're like, hey, we don't want this, we don't want this in the games.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's not going to be good.
Right, because we'll get rid of all the gay shit. That means you can't have any hot women. You know, it's
right.
You got your checks and balances.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that this PC Gamer post is so hilarious because they thought that they got like an own with this with this headline. The guns and football are in, gay stuff is out. Sounds good. LOL. Yeah. I see this as an absolute win. EA employees in their upcoming Saudi performance review.
I am not gay no more.
I'm not gay.
I am delivered.
So good. Yeah. It's so good. And I agree, ultimately. Like, we don't know where this is going to go. And this deal doesn't even finalize until 2027. So it's still going to be years before they start, like, making all of these big moves and before they really start, like, having a say in the company. But I just don't... I don't feel positive about this, but I also don't feel overwhelmingly negative about it yet. Like, BioWare and so many of really the studios that are under EA, and EA in general, has already hit the bottom of the barrel. Like, EA really can't go much lower except for maybe monetizing their game slightly heavier, but we've seen failure after failure because it's bad gameplay, poorly optimized, bad storytelling, gay storytelling, bad monetization. Like, they've already
tried bad gay storytelling, you know?
Bad gay storytelling. They've already tried everything. So, like, I unless we see them actually pushing like the NFT angle that companies tried to push 2 years ago and then gave up on after Backlash, I don't know. I don't know how much worse it could really get with EA.
That's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, you know, maybe this could be a good thing to change the company to prioritize and stuff and stop virtue signaling so hard, get back to basics. That'd be great. Could see some negative impacts. Overall, it is gonna be funny to watch a bunch of, you know, people like Trick Weeks cry about it.
Yeah.
That's always a positive.
I don't know if anybody in chat knows. I haven't seen Trick Weeks be picked up by another studio yet.
You check his Blue Sky profile, see if he's got his job in there.
Yeah, I guess I could. Or his LinkedIn.
He's on Blue Sky. That's where he said that. I know, it's shocking.
I also think that we could see once this deal goes through, fucking 90% of these people get fired and replaced by AI.
You think so?
Which I mean, I would generally say I'd rather a human being be doing the work, but these people uh, suck so bad I don't want to support them anymore. Um, According to his LinkedIn, it just says that he left in January and now he's well, this has been since 2012, but self-employed as a novelist. What did he write? I don't know.
Self-employed as a novelist.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably going to be some weird shit.
Like that fucking that bull milking novel.
God, that Minotaur thing.
Yeah.
Bro, women have some weird ass fantasies. I was
That's
talking to
that's fucking weird.
I was talking to a couple girls about this fucking yesterday. Women have some weird ass fantasies. Dudes are just like, I really want to fuck. Yeah. Fuck. Like whatever. That's like their fantasies. Having sex with someone.
So I don't
Women are
know.
like, well, I really want some abusive rapist piece of shit to like just treat me like I'm
Yeah, that's
awful and
weird.
beat the shit out of me and actually kind of rape me. But no, I actually it actually likes it. I like it for some reason. I want to be dominated and I can fix them. They can actually just love me, even though they've never loved anything before. They create all these scenarios. It's really weird.
It's really weird.
All stemming from their like internal like normal nature to be like, I would like a man who's assertive. I would like a man who, you know, can make some of these decisions or whatever. They take that and they're like, dial it up to a fucking million to flick their
Well,
beam
yeah.
to it. And they completely warp their perception of everything.
Yeah. And I was looking at what Trick Weeks has written anytime lately, and he has a book. This is the last one I can find from 2018 that says it's a monster hunter team up with super powered teens to protect her brother in this fast paced adventure novel that's X-Men meets Men in Black. I don't know what your first impression to this title is, but what do you think about a book titled Feeders?
It's about skinny people who date fat people. That's what a feeder is.
I don't think he thought that name out very well. Right there, bad writer.
A feeder is a skinny person who like kind of gets off by like
Yeah.
feeding
And this
their
is a book
their
about
significant other and keeping them really fat and
yeah.
shit.
And this is a book about teenagers, kind
I
of
think that has a lot.
Stephen King a little bit.
I think that has a lot to do with people with like super low self-confidence or self-esteem. They want to keep their significant other as attractive to other people as possible, so it reduces the chance that they leave them or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a form of abuse. Unless I'm laughing at this.
It's a form of abuse. Ha ha ha.
Pepper, very well timed. Thank you for the 5. In Trick's book, he milks a mole. God. I think he's married, isn't he? To a
I don't know.
woman? I don't know.
Sirios Wikoyu says Ryan's not a gamer anyway. Well, you know what? I'm specifically invested in this EA deal because you know what the last video game I played, Vera?
Nope.
Madden.
Oh. Gay.
Play it last week. That's the last video game I've set my hands on. Madden. So I should be talking about this.
What are your thoughts on the state of Madden right now?
I actually like this year. It is visibly different. It feels different when you play it this year than it has in a couple years past. It did get to a point there like 7 years ago. It just felt like a roster update. Whereas I do feel like the gameplay has actually evolved somewhat and it feels different playing this year than it did. I skip like 2 years when it comes to Madden. I don't do every year because that's insane. But I do about every 2.
I mean, aren't they all very similar? I've always thought of them like the WWE games. So
I mean, they kind of should be, right?
Well, yeah, yeah.
You're doing this. You're playing football.
Well, yeah. I'm guessing
so
it's just like roster changes and things like that.
Yes, and I mean, obviously, their big moneymaker is the Ultimate Team stuff. So the way the Ultimate Team stuff works is essentially it's a card game. It's like you're opening packs of
Oh yeah,
sports
isn't
cards.
it? Yeah, the
That is where
packs
they
for the
make all their money.
characters.
I don't really do that shit because I don't feel the need to pay a bunch of money to probably get my ass beat competitively online. You know what I mean? I just don't feel they need to do that. I play the single player shit. I don't get in the Madden Ultimate Team. I don't dump a bunch of money into it. But they make so much money doing that. It's insane.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, EA makes a lot of money anyway, but I'm sure that a big percentage is from things like Madden. I mean, I was trying to look really quickly to see if there's any sort of like estimation on the breakdown, and I couldn't find one. But I mean, they made like $7 billion in 2024, so I mean, it makes sense why they're worth so much, but at the same time, like as a customer thinking about how many failures they've had under their belts just over the past like couple of years, never mind, their entire history, they've still had to have lost a lot of money. I mean, just the 3 games that I listed off that Trick Weeks worked on, that's like $2 billion right there. And sure, that's spread out over several years because they're different games, but like, man, that's a lot of money lost. But also, I guess a lot of money gained. No risk, no reward, I suppose.
I guess.
Man.
Spend your money on better shit.
Like what?
Not gay Veilguard.
Couldn't list one good game. Just not gay Veilguard. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not wrong. I mean, it's true. But yeah. Anyway, I thought this was really funny that PC Gamer thought that they were doing something that was going to get them positive clicks, and of course, people are just pointing and laughing at them saying guns and football instead of gay stuff. Works for
It is
me.
a great headline. Like that is such a perfect
It really
headline.
is.
I love it.
They thought that was going to like work out for them positively because they really thought that people were going to be like, this is so terrible. People are going to lose their jobs. I don't know. Just put the fries in the bag, man. I don't care. These people get no sympathy from me at this point.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, they're not good at their job.
Losers.
L plus ratio. Ghost, thank you for the 5. When I watch the new Harry Potter, I'm going to use a mod to turn them back to white. Wouldn't be half bad, that's for sure.
How are you gonna use a mod when you're watching a show?
It's a joke, right?
I don't know that one yet.
Chris, thank you for the 199. Fortnite is pretty June-ish. I've never gotten into Fortnite, but yeah, I mean it is kind of gay as well.
I played when Brie Larson's character made her debut. That's how we got to know each other, actually. Not you and me and Brie Larson. That's when she liked my tweet. And her fan base got very upset.
Yeah, guys, he's gotten superstar attention, and he's never gonna live it down.
The thing is, I didn't even tag her or anything. I just posted my fucking sweet win in Fortnite, and she was probably stalking my profile, and she liked it. And that was back in the day where you could see where likes were public. Yeah. And you had a mass amount of Brie Larson fans screenshotting me and screenshotting her liking my post and being like, you don't understand how problematic this is. You need to unlike this post immediately. Don't you know who this person is?
Did she unlike it?
No. I mean, we can't tell anymore now because fucking likes are
yeah,
gone.
But didn't it happen like 3 years ago?
Yeah, but I mean, she never unliked it. She never responded to the pressure, right?
Yeah.
She's sending me a message, and that was worth taking a stand for.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean,
that's a crazy story that we're going to tell our kids someday. Yeah, whenever
definitely.
She finally relocates to Florida. I'm not going to do a long distance thing. She's got to move here. So.
Yeah, I don't know if
we're working it out.
She's going to buy that, but I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. Quagmire, thank you for the 5. You never got deployed, bro. You need to go back to the Navy. You're not an actual sailor. I've been to 5 countries and they all suck. Hail America.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like you had a great time. I mean, I lucked out with my with where I got sent, then I made chief in 6 years. Well, at the 6-year mark is when it was announced that I made chief. So I had a pretty good career. I decided to get the fuck out.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
no, I will not be going back. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Like I get it would have been cool, shell back, all that stuff, but I lucked out.
Yeah, I guess so. Chris, thank you for the 199. Trick Weeks is pure degeneracy. Every time I look at that thing, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. God, he's just such a soy boy. Ugh, I'm good. Robert, thank you for the 999. I've been listening to a lot of fat electrician videos, and I think my favorite Navy one is U.S. Navy demolishes Iranian Navy in 8-hour workday.
Anyway, fat electrician's pretty cool.
Yeah. I've seen like clips, but I mean, I don't have any commentary to give to that. But Ryan got a chuckle out of it, so that's what counts. Thank you for the 999. I appreciate it. Archer Merchant, thank you for the 5. Oh no, not getting rid of Failguard. It's free on Game Pass and still not worth playing. I mean, every game typically ends up going on these subscription services, regardless of which one it is, for even a short amount of time because they want to try to boost up their numbers after it's already been out. But I mean, it's pretty fast. It wasn't even a full year, and interestingly enough, it was several months ago that it had first went up on a service. So, you know, you'd think that they would have waited a little bit longer, but I guess since nobody bought it, they figured, we might as well give it away. It's still not even worth playing. Jabroni, thank you for the 2. Repeal the 19th. True. I agree with that. Might as well.
Yeah, even if Vera might vote a way that we find acceptable, it's not worth all the other people that get to vote that way. So
yeah. Tommy, thank you for the 5. They are finally taking the buy out of BioWare. Looking forward to the new straight white normal person wear game. That's good.
We're just gonna call it Aware. Call it Aware. And we did figure out the whole streaming to Rumble thing.
Oh, we did. Cool. It worked.
Deeds, Minnesota, thanks for the gifted subscription. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't do anything with Rumble, so I figured might as well stream to your audience because it's better than streaming it to 2 people on my channel.
Yeah, instead we get to stream it to 40 people on my Rumble channel.
Hey, that's better than none.
But we're because we did want to be. I know there's some people just want to watch on Rumble, so we figured it out. I couldn't do it last time. Rumble's fault, not ours. But now we got it worked out. So.
Yeah. Sean, thank you for the 5. Biggest FML moment of the year so far for each of you.
I don't. You mean of the stream we've done so far, or of our lives?
I think he just means like in general for the year.
So far, definitely like if you're talking about personally, like the whole week after Charlie Kirk was murdered was like crazy and shit like that. But if you're talking about like personal things like that specifically like affect me, it was 100% when we were streaming and the Bears were playing on Monday Night Football.
That's my best moment of the year.
And they started off so hot and they were dominating. Like, vibes were good. And slowly as we wound the show down, they started losing and they started throwing up all over themselves. And they ended up blowing that game. That probably was my lowest. It's obviously recency bias too, but that moment.
I honestly think that is one of my favorite moments of the year. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better moment on stream. So best for me personally. It definitely takes the cake. Rolando, thank you for the 2 months. Y'all remember the series of books that started with Uglies, a world where beautiful people are living the high life and Uglies work the shit jobs? I don't. Sounds like an episode of Black Mirror. I don't have any recollection of that.
Beautiful people living the high life and Uglies work the shit jobs. I
I mean, isn't that just society?
That's life. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
even like a. It's not
I
even a
don't need to watch
fiction.
that in a movie.
Yeah, you found that in the nonfiction section.
Yeah. I don't know the movie though.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah. M2M, thank you for the 5. I can understand women liking bad boys because of their aura. If want only because I sometimes like female characters who've got crazy and psychotic minds. Yeah, but like you're talking about liking, I don't know, a human character and not wanting to fuck a bull. So I feel like it's kind of different, you know? Like a bad boy, okay, sure, whatever. Like it's never just in female focused books or movies, it's always like, oh, he's a bad boy and he's a werewolf. Oh, he's a bad boy and he's a vampire. Like it's never just he's maybe a morally complicated guy. And that's what makes it weird, I feel like. But anyway, thank you for that. But we were talking about Fortnite before, so I figured we would really quickly talk about this stupid emote. So I think you had done a video on it. I know I had done a video on it, but Peacemaker's dance emote from Fortnite has been disabled. Seems pretty bigoted of Epic, to be honest. And they said, as we inquire into our partner's creative intentions in this collab emote, assuming it's not coming back, will issue refunds in the next few days. Yeah, guys, we need to question the intentions of a character with a fucking KKK Nazi member for a father in a show where the perfect world has no blacks in
Yeah,
it.
there it is. Pause it right there. Thank you.
So bad.
That's what this is about, right? And this emote was perfectly fine. It was no problem. It was no problem for a while because this is the dance that he's doing at the beginning of the show. But then they reveal that in the show, and if you were watching it, you could see this coming. The alternate world that he's on is probably like Earth X or a variation of Earth X in some kind where they're all fucking Nazis. There's no black people there. And he found an American flag with a Nazi symbol on it and shit. That was the big cliffhanger in the last episode. So now this dance, when you pause here, might feel differently because of the show. It is wild, though, that they just immediately pulled it off. They're like, hey, we have to know if James Gunn actually wanted him like to be doing a Nazi symbol when you randomly pause this here.
Right. What were our partners' creative intentions? I don't know. Why didn't you watch the show first? Because even after the first season, I think anybody with half a brain could have deduced we probably shouldn't put this character into a children's video game. And I know technically it's rated T for teen, but still, like, that's not a T for teen piece of media. And I know that's always been an argument with something like Fortnite and the collabs where you'll have like serial killers and you'll have rappers who rap about guns and drugs. And you know for a fact that, oh, this kid sees this flashy skin and then they buy it, but then they Google that person or they Google that character and then they're exposed to that kind of content. But like, Peacemaker, really, just because it's John Cena's fucking face doesn't mean it's family friendly content. I personally think that this whole situation is so hilarious because they truly didn't watch it. They didn't like consume the content. They were like, oh, hey, we can do this collab. That works. It's a superhero. Superheroes are great. And I get that there's people saying, I think it's a stretch. I think after you take the time to watch the show, like, you clearly know what the fucking intentions of this dance move were.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing, if it was just in the first episode and it comes out and like you do the dance, probably wouldn't think anything of it, right? If you're not watching like all the way through what it actually is.
Right.
So what is the is there an actual name of it's just called Peaceful Hips.
Yeah,
right?
Peaceful
Is
Hips.
Like what the thing is called.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild that we have John Cena sitting up here looking like a damn swastika. And now that the fucking show showed us a swastika, then it becomes a problem.
Yes, exactly. And I've said it since Peacemaker season 1. I don't like John Cena, and he's one of those guys who I personally only see him in movies and TV shows as John Cena. I don't see him as a character anymore. And so when he was in Peacemaker, or I guess took the role for Peacemaker, I thought it was a really weird choice. And I still feel that way. Like, I just, maybe it's partially because I just don't like him. Maybe it's because I don't like his personality, but he's always had such a family friendly image, which is why I feel like they were fine with it at first because, oh, it's just John Cena. We all know who he is. We know the content that he's been in. And this whole entire situation is just so stupid because, again, you have Tim Sweeney going on about freedom of expression and freedom of speech and all this, but you have a situation where a dance move that, yes, I do think most people would just see this and not think anything of it because there are like similar arm movements in Fortnite. But when you're somebody who knows the context, it's wild that they thought that this was like going to slip through the cracks. And I see people saying, are we pretending this actually looks like a swastika? When you've actually watched the show and like you know the context of the character and the story, I think it becomes pretty clear that these were the intentions. And for Epic to make this statement like, oh, we're going to inquire into our partner's creative intentions, I don't know who they're trying to convince, but it's not my thing with this, right? Is that people at Epic had to animate this. It's not like, oh, this company that you're partnering with handed you the file and then you put the file in your game. So, did nobody who was animating it realize it either? Like, this
That
had to go through a team of like dozens and dozens of people.
that's the thing. I don't think, unless you had watched the show up to this point, or you like I saw in episode 2 or whatever, the first time we went to the other world, I said immediately, there's no black people in this world. That's what this is going to be about. And I even predicted exactly how it'd get revealed. But I think for most people, if you can share my screen, the reason it's a thing now, because no, just because somebody's doing a dance like this doesn't mean anything. But when this is now in the
Yeah.
episode, when
Yeah.
this is what the show is about, that's the big reveal of what this season is about. That makes everyone reevaluate that. So were you trying to use that dance at the beginning, not to endorse whatever, but to like do something? And now people are so fucking triggered by that Fortnite is having to pull this shit down. That's what creates all this. I don't think they should have to remove it.
No.
Whatever.
I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal
No.
at all whatsoever. I think it's hilarious that this shit made it into the game. And I think they need to respect people's purchases and not refund, not act like pussies and keep it in their game. I think they should be forced to keep it in their game.
And you know why? You know why they removed it? Probably because a bunch of people started using it.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of people are like, look, Peacemaker's a Nazi now, bros. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
You thought dabbing was cool? Look at this. Like, that's what I think.
I think it's so ridiculous. This is the life we're living in. This is the timeline we're living in. But I'm not actually offended by it at all whatsoever. And I saw people mentioning that in chat. I'm not offended by it. I think this shit is hilarious.
Yeah,
They should double down and keep this shit in the game and give him a fucking red, white, and blue skin that suspiciously has something that almost kind of looks like a swastika on it.
Yeah, I just think it's funny, right? I don't
I
think
do
it needs to be
too.
banned. But I do think, though, that it's because of this. And I think it's stupid. It's not fucking edgy. It's not whatever. Like, oh my gosh, look at this. And now we get to talk about this. Now we get to talk more about racism in the DC universe. Now you get fucking queers like this, home of the DCU, little shill bitch that he is. How living in America today is like, what a fucking cock-sucking, cum-guzzling piece of shit this dude is.
I mean, I don't know who he is, but I believe you. I mean,
I don't know who he is either. I just know he fucking slobs on James Gunn's dick.
Yeah, I was gonna
the
say
problem is he's probably way too old for James Gunn.
Probably. I generally think that people who run fan pages, especially like corporate shill fan pages, are just the worst people. It's like the Naughty Dog fan pages who are like, oh my god, Neil Druckmann did an interview today. Like, congratulations, how's that special? That's really what you're doing with your life? I don't know, it seems kind of weird to, you know, kiss the boots of companies, but yeah, I mean, I think that this is just, it's so funny. It's so ridiculous. Like, even having that off the screen for a minute and then just
Like,
flashbang.
John Cena's a swastika, everyone.
I just think it's so hilarious. You know what really bothers me about this fucking picture, though, is the fact that his gun isn't even attached to his goddamn hip.
Do you
That
remember?
really bothers me.
Do you remember the Sonic 3 dance scene with both the Jim Carreys with both the Robotniks, where like, and you pause it at one point, it makes like a complete full swastika, and then people started putting the Kanye's song like over it when it's like, hey, this anything go, you can put anything to this dance and it works, and all of a sudden you hear dum dum dum.
So ridiculous.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can sing that one on YouTube.
I don't think we can. Doesn't Kanye have a collab with Fortnite? I don't see them talking about that being problematic content.
Does he?
I think so. Doesn't he?
Does he anymore?
Kanye Fortnite.
Can I be Kanye West in Fortnite right now? There ain't no way.
It says they're happy to have kept emotes with Kanye's music. So it's still in there, apparently. I mean, I don't know anything about it because again, I don't play Fortnite. I just know based on speculation and Googling. Like the Google warrior I am. Logan! Thank you for the $100 to the best redhead on YouTube and to my favorite angry guy on the internet. I thought it was gonna be a comment about Ryan being the redhead, and then just
that's what I thought it was too. And hey, there's Vera too. Yeah,
that's what I thought it was gonna be. It's my favorite angry guy on the internet. Cheers to you guys, and remain not only angry and miserable, but awesome as well. Thank you so much for the 100. All right.
So Vera's got alcohol right next to her as well.
I got it. I took it out special.
Trained her well.
Yep, I took it out special for this stream. Otherwise, it's never there anyway. But I'm not having like a swig and a half like you probably are, because you need to get as drunk as possible.
I'll be real. I was fucking hammered yesterday. I was fucking hammered yesterday. But I will still drink because
didn't you just drive? Didn't you just drive today though? Or earlier?
Yeah.
But you were hammered last night?
I was hammered yesterday. Well,
yesterday.
Like afternoon,
I thought you meant, like,
evening.
Last night. I was
and
like,
then I probably called it.
If you were hammered, I don't think
I went to sleep around like 11 or something. So I was good in the morning. Yeah. Chugged a coffee, had some water. Good.
Yeah, that is good. There you go. Being a trooper.
A super trooper.
But thank you so much, Logan, for the 100. Guys, typically we take shots for the Red Boys.
That's right. Anything above a, what is it, 99.11?
Yeah, or not, yeah.
$99.11. Or a 91, whatever. Something close to that.
Yep.
Because this is supposed to be the 9/11 podcast.
Next week on your channel, the intro can return. Every couple weeks. Have to let people be surprised when it pops up, or else it loses its charm. Taker, thank you for the 5. Says Voldemort is not a man, a muggle. That's so stupid. Every time I've heard about this Voldemort gay trans meme, I cringe and I cry, laugh. It is so good. Just imagining how mad people, they would be so divided, because you know that there would be a group of these fucking lunatics who would be so mad at the fact that a woman is now the villain, and then there would be a group that's mad that it's not a tranny, and then you'd be mad that, oh my gosh, they didn't. Oh, it would be so good.
Yeah, like that's the thing. That's why I don't believe it. It's not real. It's just more Daniel RPK dog shit because that dude's a lying piece of shit. But
Yeah.
I would totally be convinced that they could gender swap somebody if you could explain to me a reason why it would be more progressive to do so, right?
Yeah.
I don't see this being the case.
No.
I just don't.
Definitely
But
not.
yeah,
But
Gary immediately pointed out chapter 1 of Goblet of Fire when Frank Bryce, God bless him, he just wanted his hot water bottle to sit there in his cottage alone to the day that he died. It sounded like he had a nice life, didn't like to talk to other people, but he's just doing his job, keeping up the Riddle House, and fucking sees something, thinks kids lit a fire in there. He's got a bum leg. He hobbles his way up there, uses the key, goes up. All of a sudden, Wormtail and Voldemort in conversation. He's trying to clean his ear out because they keep saying weird things like Quidditch. That's not a word. That can't possibly be true. Confronts Lord Voldemort and very bravely fucking talks back to him. And he said, "Why don't you face me like a man?" Voldemort says, but I am not a man, Muggle. That's it. That's all you need. I am not a man.
the dramatic explanation truly made it special. And does that mean he could also kill the Witch King? Probably. Oh, did you hear that apparently they're making another... It's going to be Amazon and stupid-ass company, and then a random game studio that apparently is ran by 50 Indians. They're making allegedly a Lord of the Rings game.
No.
Did you hear about that? Let me see if I can
I
bring it
didn't
up
hear
real
about
quick.
that. That's wild.
Yeah. Because I was looking into the studio, couldn't find anything about them. And I was kind of surprised.
Bunch of Indians, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. Exclusive, new The Lord of the Rings game is in development. Apparently, they want it to rival Hogwarts Legacy. And I said, wow, Gollum and Tales of the Shire were so good, and I can't wait. And Heroes of Middle-earth's gacha-style gambling mechanics went over so well. I'm so hyped for this game, because there's no way you could get me excited for a Lord of the Rings game at this point unless you said, haha, psych, we actually are making a game with the Nemesis system, and it's gonna be another Middle-earth... Like, that would be good.
That would be awesome. I like those games.
That's not happening.
There are some lore problems with those games, but I very much enjoyed them. I liked the gameplay. The Nemesis system was cool, even if it was infuriating at times.
Yo, we're gonna Lord of the Rings Gollum too. Let's fucking go. Let's go to the fucking trash. But it says sources close to the game tell Insider Gaming that a new title is set to be at least partially funded by the Abu Dhabi Investment Office. This funding should roughly equate to $100 million. So that's just an investment. Never mind the amount of money they are putting into it. But it says the deal has been in the works since last year, and while not yet signed due to the number of moving parts, it's said to be made official soon. It could happen as early as next week, and they want it to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know if that's going to happen, but Embracer has had the rights to the Lord of the Rings IP for video games since 2022 when it paid nearly $400 million. So we would be getting Amazon, which made, of course, Rings of Power. We'd have Embracer and this other development studio called Revenge, and I could only find one Revenge studio on the internet in, like an hour-long search. And they don't have a website. They've never made another game before, but according to their LinkedIn, there are 50 people roughly at a studio in India. So take that as you will, but seems pretty bad to me. A studio that has no prior experience, Embracer, who is really never greenlighting games people want, and the fact that it's Amazon, we are about to get a fucking Rings of Power video game. And they really think that that's going to compete with Hogwarts Legacy. That's what I'm taking away from this.
If that's what they fucking do, I mean, it's not going to work out very well.
No, it's not. But that was instantly what I thought is, great, I can't wait for Rings of Power. Like, who would ask for that? Nobody. And we don't technically know, but I mean, that's what I would assume, because of course they want as much marketing and promotional material to go to something like Rings of Power.
Wait, Rings of Power. I think Rings of Power is going to be done after this season. I think the season they're doing now is the last season. They haven't announced it yet. Can we talk about
Yeah.
how ridiculous it is? That thing on the side that says The Elder Scrolls 6 may finally have a target release date, leaker claims. The fact that we need a leaker to tell us this 7 years after it was
It was
announced.
publicly announced in 2018. 7 years later, Bethesda has been quiet on the game's development. Let's see. I love it. I love it.
Late
Take it with a grain of salt.
2027. Late
Yeah, I
2027.
personally think that this year at the Game Awards, we're going to see some kind of trailer. But if that happens, I would assume that they're targeting early 2027. Guys, I'm not saying I'm a leaker, but if you want to write a shit article, here's my official statement. Don't link this clip. Don't link it. According to insiders, me, they are going to show a trailer for this game at the Game Awards at the end of 2025, and they're targeting an early 2027 release date. Even though these motherfuckers just hired a lead senior quest designer, so I don't know how that makes sense. Guys, I'm just saying, if you own an outlet, feel free to use this. So stupid. These people are so dumb. If it does, in fact, launch in late 2027, there will certainly be talk about whether it's a launch title for the next generation of Xbox consoles. We've heard nothing about a next generation of Xbox consoles, though. I know. Who plays
all we've
Xbox?
heard is they're basically giving up. Like, what do you mean? Think about that too. If it falls that late, say it's 2028, and it's like it might be like the end of this console run if it's a 2028. Which means they might have to like fucking try to figure it out.
That's wild. 2028. And that's if we get lucky, I guess. Because again, they just hired a senior quest designer. I don't know if that means they hired the quest designer and that person is doing like DLC, but you'd think that they wouldn't be hiring such important roles this late in development if that's the case. Just strikes me as weird, but yeah, I don't know anything else. This fucking guy's face. I'm not clicking this out of respect for my sanity. He's talking about Xbox and it's all PlayStation characters.
Xbox low filtra.
Ghost of Tsushima. I'm so sad about Yote.
Click on it. It's gonna be in Spanish.
Why would I click on it? Oh, it's got it. YouTube's got that stupid
It's got the
AI
AI
English.
the AI translation.
Yeah. That's
Does it sound good?
Stupid. No, it sounds like shit.
Oh.
It's bad.
It's
but-
weird because my editing software can do a pretty good replica of me speaking in Spanish. I showed you that one time, right?
No.
No?
No.
I have cheap ass editing software. It's like $40 a year, Filmora. And
I don't pay anything for my editing software.
well, aren't you fucking fancy? But it's really cheap and it does what I need it to do. It's not a big deal. So there's an AI translation thing where it makes it sound like my voice is speaking Spanish, and it sounds pretty fucking good.
Damn, yeah, I've never seen a clip or heard it. But yeah, again, absolutely jump scared by John Cena over here. We'll see if they bring it back. I think there's no shot for them to bring it back at this point. I just don't see a way that they would. With all the backlash they've been facing, or that they claim to be facing. I haven't really seen much backlash. Honestly, I've just been seeing people meme on them, but I don't think that they're gonna bring it back. I mean, what kind of creative intentions could they really learn about? Oh yeah, there's a Nazi in our show. Okay. Like what are these people gonna say about it?
I think they would have to clear up. Okay, so we got the Nazi stuff in the opening of the show. Is this supposed to be some kind of hint or clue or whatever to people that like you're involving Nazi ideology? Is that why you did that's the question you have to have answered, I guess. But even if the answer is yes,
Why
We
wouldn't they just do the
did.
season 1
Yeah,
dance?
I don't know.
Because the season 1 dance was different than the 2, I think. I mean, I only skimmed through those segments because I think those beginning dances are cringy as hell. But I'm pretty sure that they're significantly different. So like, why didn't they just do that? I don't know. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna bring it back. Maybe though. They need to make money some way, so
They have
potentially.
to.
Yeah.
We got to
Uh
see it. I'm gonna work
Robert.
on turning one of my videos into Spanish so you can hear it.
All right, cool. Robert, thank you for the 199. Where did you say you like Final Fantasy 16? Final Fantasy 16 is in my top 10 games. I know, controversial. I'm not even saying it's objectively the best Final Fantasy game, but for me personally, it's my favorite Final Fantasy game because I connected so much with the characters. I love the world building, the boss fights, and the action was really good. But very close with several Final Fantasy games, right? It's just slightly there. But thank you for the 199. I appreciate it. Shitake, thank you. Brie Larson's feet for the 199. Thank you. Thank you, Maximus, for that absolutely cursed image. Logan, thank you for becoming a member for 1 month. And again, thank you for the 100 before. Howdy, howdy, my fellow miserable and angry people. Ryan missed you on daily today and had to settle for the DEI replacements this morning. Always good to make fun of Beardo, especially since he's got the hots for Mansteak. Fuck my life. Yeah, we've had a couple people coming into the stream tonight being so bothered by my Mystique take because
They're
they think
really
I'm
upset over
bigot.
your Mystique shit, huh?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna make a couple bucks off that Twitter post now. Thank you.
A
Thank you for the
couple
hate.
bucks.
I appreciate it. It's good. I can go to Taco Bell. But yeah, it seems that there's a couple people who are mad that we're judging Mystique before the game comes out, even though that's the point of them releasing teasers and trailers is for people to judge them. Cabal, thank you for the 5. What in the world are you guys talking about? All I see is a blue screen. I don't know when that was. Oh, I get it. Cause
You can't see.
yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
You got to change it to "You cannot see me." Right? Why not?
That shouldn't be so funny. So stupid. Why is that so funny? Thank you, Cabal, for the 5. I appreciate it. Tommy, thank you for the 5. Let the ladies have their werewolves and minotaur fantasies. I've got elven and alien women to replace them in my fantasies. Absolutely based. And true. They're allowed to have this content. Doesn't mean it's not weird. That's for sure. Wolf, thank you for the 199. I joined in and the first thing is Vera saying trannies. I'm sorry. Wish I didn't have to say that word, but there's a lot of mental illness out there, that's for sure. Jabroni, thank you for the 250 Indians. The dot kind or the drunk kind? Thank you. The drunk, I think. Thank you for the 2. I shouldn't have laughed at that one so hard. The Wave Blur, thank you for the 5. 8-bit Closed Fist did a video called calling out Vera for talking about Mystique in Wolverine game, saying she looks like Vera. The guy is an industry shield moron. So I don't even know who the fuck that is. So we'll say that's number 1, and number 2 is why should I care about someone else's opinion, right? Why does he think I care about his opinion? And 3, industry shield opinion absolutely fucking discarded. These people's argument is so stupid because they're saying, "Oh, you look so similar to her." Okay, and I'm not saying I want my face in this fucking game. I wouldn't want to look at an ugly broad in my game that has my face. Like, why do they think that that's such an own anyway? I don't get it. I really don't. I want
That
to
guy
see
black?
supermodels in my game.
Is that guy black? I think I've seen him replying to bullshit on Twitter or whatever before.
I don't know who he
8-bit
is.
Closed Fist.
Yeah. I mean, I'd assume since that's sounds like BLM in the username, but pretty stupid. Oh yeah, yeah. He's got 79K on TikTok. Oh my gosh, and 5K followers on X. See, I can't respond
Wow.
because that would be punching down. I can't. Wow. Sad. Oh my gosh, guys! Holy fuck. He gets so much interaction actually for 5K. Hold on. Let me show my screen real quick. Shit, guys! Oh my fucking god, he gets so much interaction!
Wait, he got one. I guess he only tweeted a little while ago, I suppose, but
We could scroll down a while. Hold on,
let's
hold on.
do
What's
it.
this?
Maybe he got some bangers.
That's not even his post.
That's a retweet.
Confession. It eats me up inside that Los Angeles Comic Con isn't that bitch for real. 4
likes. It just don't sit right with him.
4. Man,
You better be
so
careful
passionate.
scrolling. This dude could be somebody who like is retweeting like OnlyFans shit or something. You know what I mean?
He's
These are
retweeted
just
this
the
some
same
post
shit over and
8
over again.
times. How do I tell my friends that I can't do LA Comic Con activities because I want to be home for the Fortnite Daft Punk event without laughing at them or without them laughing at me?
Bro.
First
like,
world problems.
No comments. Nobody even helped him out. Nobody's even like, hey, you're a fucking loser. It won't matter anyway. He's got to go to TikTok to find his audience, I think.
79K. That's pretty good. Congratulations
That's a
to
lot.
him. He needs his validation. And I guess the fucking brain dead 13-year-olds are gonna give it to him, I suppose. Seems pretty stupid. I don't know what he said about me, so I can't really react to it. But his opinion is instantly discarded. Wit G, thank you for the 1999. Hi, Vera. Okay, Ryan, go. He's summoning you like a Pokemon. You have to read it.
Oh, me?
He said,
so
okay,
este
Ryan.
viejo y mojoso, ¿dónde está el baño?
Wow, that was pretty good.
I don't really know what it means.
You probably just said 8 slurs.
I think it means this cheese is old and moldy, maybe? I don't know what mojoso means. ¿Dónde está? Oh, this cheese is old and gross, or this cheese is old and moldy? And then, where's the bathroom?
Yep. Sounds about right.
That's my best guess.
Yep. Then you find out you just said a bunch of slurs.
I'm pretty sure I didn't, but I might have.
Maybe. Johnny, thank you for the 5. Cursed image. Nothing a pair of socks wouldn't fix.
Yeah, I nailed it. Apparently, it was moldy. Using contextual clues, I deciphered what that fucking word was that I have no idea about.
Yep. Thank you for the 5, and I never want to see that Brie Larson image again. And Albert, thank you for the 2. You're not ugly, Vera. You're very attractive. Well, thank you. Either way, though, I want to see bombshells in my games. I don't want to see ugly women. I don't want to see fat women. I don't want to see dumb women. Like, I want to see attractive characters. And so their argument that, oh my gosh, she looks just like you. Okay, I'm not sitting here saying I want to see my face in a video game. That'd be terrible. That would be horrendous. But I guess it is what it is. I guess it is.
All his followers are going to have to... hopefully he can find a way to tell his friends that he wants to play Fortnite instead of hang out with them.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
You guys will have to let me know how, like, what companies he's shilled for in the past, because I don't know. But I could see him shilling for something like Veilguard and being like, oh my gosh, this was an amazing game, and I can't believe those toxic chuds attacked it. I can't believe that they would attack such a stunning and brave game. Because that's just how these people act. That's
Not the
what it is,
chuds.
I guess. I know.
This story...
Okay, guys, so if you didn't know, Serena Williams has been embroiled in a little bit of a controversy over the past couple of days. Now, I only saw this clip today, and Ryan has not seen it yet. He's seen, like, people talking about it, but he hasn't seen it. And there's actually an update to it, which just truly makes it all the better.
Okay. So I've seen screenshots floating around of people saying what this thing is, something about cotton and Serena Williams, but I have not seen the video.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. All right, everyone, how do we feel about cotton as decoration? Personally, for me, it doesn't feel great. So actually, it feels like no polish remover cotton, natural.
I'm not trying to be that person, but why was her first reaction to pick it?
She legit.
Why?
It's fucking like built in her DNA or something to snatch that shit.
Why would she do that?
Then,
I saw a comment online saying muscle memory.
Yeah.
Why?
But then the idea that you're shocked that cotton might feel like cotton balls.
Wait until she finds out what clothes are made out of.
Yeah. What the fuck is your problem? Hey, you know, some black people used to get hung in trees. I don't know how I feel about a tree being outside this building. I don't know. It looks like it's taunting me. My ancestors, they're speaking to me because of this. This shit ain't right. I feel like it's an attack on me. What the fuck? This is such nonsense.
This is the problem with people like this is it's the victimhood mentality. Everything has to be about me all the time. And this time it's, oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about this.
Feel about cotton as decoration.
I don't know how to feel about the fact that you sound like a man, Serena. Every time I fucking hear your stupid ass voice, you sound like a dude. I don't know how to feel about that.
It's true. And why is that even? I guess it boils down to, and I say this all the time in like videos and live streams, when you're looking for something to be offended by, you'll find it. And that's definitely like this is the perfect example of that. You're walking down the hallway of your hotel that you're staying at, and you see a decoration and you're so bothered by it that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to put up a video on this. I have to put up a TikTok to try to find validation on this. That's so stupid. But, of course, it's all... Why does she have one glove like Anakin Skywalker?
Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know, Rover. But, to, of course, add to the conversation and prove that she's a hypocrite and that it's just her searching for validation and social points. Serena Williams' own cotton sculpture revealed after she said plant in NYC hotel left her uncomfortable. It's always the people that you would expect. Serena Williams is facing further backlash over her cotton plant complaints after fans discovered a similar item in her own home.
No way.
Wow.
Is that a donkey?
Yep. Yeah, it's clearly supposed to be about slavery because the donkey is being forced to carry that on its back.
What?
She's saying black people are donkeys? It's pretty racist, to be honest.
The Democrats are carrying the burden of their slavery policies all the way through to today.
It says, in an interview with Architectural Digest, she was asked about a foyer inside her house, which she had designed, which boasted the Monument of Promise. When you walk in, it's like walking into an art gallery. That's my favorite part of the house. It's so unique. I've never seen anything like it. And then her husband apparently went to social media to say folks entitled to have their own opinions, but to use owning Radcliffe Bailey's monument for a promise as some kind of gotcha is so breathtakingly stupid. There's some very obvious symbolism of the cotton in the artwork.
Oh, is that like the 40 acres and a mule bullshit?
I guess so. I guess so. Either way, it's fucking stupid. Like, you're really that bothered by this? Seriously? Over a cotton plant? You're the one who blew it out of proportion. You're the one who made a big deal out of it. It wasn't a big deal to anybody else because they just saw that it was plain and simply a plant. It's not that big of a deal.
It is every once, like every year, there will be some stupid black bitch that goes shopping at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever, and they find in the plants like cotton, because like cotton is a plant. Cotton is a plant that is occasionally used for decorative things. It's not just a slap in the face every black person ever walks by something. Yeah, guess what? Black people also probably pick. They probably help pick tobacco and shit like that too. Do you get offended when you see somebody smoking?
I know.
Like,
Well,
unless it's a
maybe she
menthol, that's all
does.
good, right?
Yeah, maybe she does. It's a tough, tough life. Terrified of textiles, rich from a buffoonish sport, and appropriationally blonde. For Serena Williams, opening a pill bottle is like watching Alien.
Yeah, it's a fucking cotton and pill
1979.
bottles. That's pretty good.
that is pretty freaking good. It's her with this stupid sculptor. She created an entire display for the cotton art in her home. She saw it, so she picked it. That's wild to me. That that was, I guess, what she thought was stunning and brave at the time. But yeah, I thought that clip was hilarious. When you said you hadn't seen it, I was like, oh, you're gonna love this one.
I can't believe she said that.
I know.
And then to pick the cotton and to be like, actually, it feels like like
It feels like cotton.
this cotton feels like cotton. What a retarded bitch. Like, she's good, one, that she had like a good transition person that made it at least halfway believable that she was a woman. But also, she's lucky she's really good at fucking tennis. Otherwise, she would be working at McDonald's and probably getting fired. Like, what an idiot.
I
What
mean,
an
wouldn't like
absolute
90% of celebrities though?
Maybe.
So, yeah. Jabroni, thank you for the 2. TikTok is 85% female. That's why it's all nonsense. Yeah, I've never seen a breakdown, but I would assume it skews female. That's for sure.
I don't know
Logan,
about
thank you.
85. I would imagine
I
it
would say like
skews,
70 maybe.
I would imagine it skews and certainly skews younger.
Yeah, that's for sure. Logan, thank you for the 5. If you guys haven't already, go check out Gotta Catch 'Em All Ice X Pokemon parody. Yep. Yep, that parody is hilarious. Honestly, all the posts and all the parodies of it have been so hilarious over the past, what, like week or week and a half since it was posted. So
Nintendo got very mad, but
they
Pokemon got
did.
very mad. You know?
Yeah, they did. Justin, thank you for the 10. Ryan, MFK, Padme, Brie Larson, and Vera. You can't say Vera for all 3.
Well, as I've repeated multiple times, I don't engage in the fuck, marry, kill game when it comes to people that I know.
Yeah, you've said that a couple times.
Said it a couple times. That is my rule. I will take it seriously, but I will not engage it when it comes to people that I actually know.
Yeah, you've got to replace my name with somebody else in order for it to work. Thank you for the 10. NTR Uncle, thank you for the 2. Cheap cotton was the most costly thing for the US. Thank you for the 2. Cabal, thank you for the 5. Breaking news. World's most famous female athlete gets oppressed in a 5-star hotel. I don't know what hotel she was staying at. That didn't look like 5 stars to me.
No, probably not.
That hallway was tiny.
It was probably pretty nice, though. I mean,
oh, I'm sure it was probably
it's Serena
still
Williams.
Yeah, I'm sure it was still very nice, but I don't know. It didn't look that good to me. Me and my white privilege over here judging the hotel. Juan Gal, thank you for the 2. Ryan.
Oh, Chinga mi vida, fuck my life. There you go, Ryan. Fun fact. That's how I say fuck my life.
That's good.
All right.
Thank you for the 2. Johnny, thank you for the 2. I guess she's not a fan of boats either. What is she a fan of except for being filthy rich? I don't know. Thank you for the 199. Miami wins and slides down the draft order. Ryan?
Yeah, Miami won against the New York Jets. Sorry, Justin Fields still sucks. So do the Jets. Tyreek broke his leg, though, so that's not good.
Yeah, that was disgusting. But we appreciate your sports commentary because I'm a woman and I know nothing about sports. So
And also to
Yeah.
clarify, when it came to the fuck, marry, kill list, it's because I know Bree personally. That's why I wouldn't answer the question.
Exactly. Exactly. He doesn't want to ruin his relationship with Brie Larson. I wouldn't care, but he does. So, yeah. But anyway, this is a truly hilarious situation as well because of course, over the years, Emma Watson has trashed J.K. Rowling so many times at every opportunity possible, and I don't know what Emma Watson has been in over the past couple of years. I've only seen her like there was Beauty and the Beast, there was like the Little Women. I think
Yeah,
she was in
that
like
did receive quite a bit of praise, I suppose. Little Women, yeah.
yeah, and then I think she was in one other thing after that, but I don't even remember. And I think that Emma Watson's I don't want to say her career is like at a complete halt because I'm sure that she could be in other things if she really wanted a role. But at the same time, I don't know if she will ever be as popular as she once was. And so it's like she's now desperate to gain back attention.
It's tough, like, because it does feel like if she wanted to be in some stuff, she probably could be.
Yeah.
I think she stepped away for a little while, and let's take the best case look at it, right? Let's be as charitable as possible. If I was somebody who at 10 years old, like, got really famous, and from like that 10-year span, we were just doing all these Harry Potter movies, and I'm immediately recognizable, and like this happened to start when I was 10 years old, it might be good to have a little break.
Oh, absolutely.
It might be good to take a little step back and just fucking live for a little while and not be as
like
obsessed with all
basically
this stuff.
almost get into car accidents and then have like fucking 30 tickets and get your license taken away from you.
Well, hold on. She got her license taken away because she was going like 7 miles over the speed limit, 7 miles an
yeah,
hour.
but she apparently had a bunch of other tickets, so
Whatever.
yeah.
But legitimately, if taking kind of this at face value and being like charitable and saying, I could totally see why somebody would want to take a little break.
Oh, 100%.
Especially when you never have to work again for the rest of your life.
Yeah, no, and I personally think that it could be because we're getting closer to the release of the Harry Potter show because we've seen like set photo leaks and they're filming it and stuff, so it's getting kind of closer to launch even though it doesn't have an official date yet. I feel like they're probably for that going to want to bring people back, and so I think she's almost like testing the waters with her audience to see how mad they are at her slightly changing her position so that maybe if they want to do promo material in the future, she already knows what the reaction is going to be and if it's going to be positive or negative. That's just speculation for me, but this timing seems a little bit sus in my opinion. But J.K. Rowling has responded now. She bluntly trashed Emma Watson as being ignorant of how ignorant she is. Like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. I therefore understand from my own life experience what the trashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to women and girls without her privileges. Of course, this comes days after the podcast appearance where Watson had said she still treasured the renowned British author despite coming out to attack Rowling over a controversial anti-trans essay she penned back in 2020.
So I think it's important to note that it's not just those like kind of 2 sentences or whatever.
No, it's not.
It is a very long tweet.
It is.
You know, somebody texted it to me this morning and was like, it's just so well written. And it is. Now, I do think the standard for writing your tweets probably a little bit higher if you've sold millions and millions of books in your life. You know what I mean? But J.K. Rowling does often kind of elaborate a lot. And I think she does a good job of tweeting and like getting shit across and like making you think a little bit. like when she did the thing recently with the Charlie Kirk shooting, what she put out over that. She didn't
Yeah.
just put out, this is wrong, this is messed up. That's what most of us use social media for, right? Hey, this is fucking stupid. Hey, you're kind of gay. That's dumb. She puts out long shit. And I'm sharing the screen here of what she put out for this. So this is in response to people talking about what Emma Watson said.
Yeah.
This is what she wrote. She's been sitting on this for a while. She's been thinking about this for a while. Seen quite a bit of comment about this, so I want to make a couple points. I'm not owed eternal agreement from any actor who once played a character I created. The idea is as ludicrous as me checking with the boss I had when I was 21 for what opinions I should hold these days. Emma Watson and her co-stars have every right to embrace a gender identity ideology. Such beliefs are legally protected, and I wouldn't want to see them threatened with loss of work or violence or death because of them. However, Emma and Dan in particular have both made it clear over the last few years they think our former professional association gives them a particular right, nay, obligation, to critique me and my views in public. Years after they finish acting in Potter, they continue to assume the role of de facto spokespeople for the world I created. When you've known people since they were 10 years old, it's hard to shake a certain protectiveness. So quite recently, hadn't managed to throw off the memory of children who needed to be gently coaxed through their dialogue in a big, scary film studio. For the past few years, I've repeatedly declined invitations from journalists to comment on Emma specifically, most notably on the witch trials of J.K. Rowling. Ironically, I told the producers that I didn't want her to be hounded as a result of anything I said. The television presenter in the attached clip highlights Emma's all witches speech, and in truth, that was the turning point for me. But it had a postscript that hurt far more than the speech itself. Emma asked someone to pass on a handwritten note from her to me, which contained this single sentence: "I'm so sorry for what you're going through." She has my phone number. This was back when the death, rape, and torture threats against me were at their peak, at a time where my personal security measures had to be tightened considerably, and I was constantly worried for my family's safety. Emma had just publicly poured more petrol on the flames, yet thought a one-line expression of concern from her would reassure me of her fundamental sympathy and kindness. Like other people, and this is when it gets into that quote, like other people have never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame. Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. She'll never need a homeless shelter. She's never going to be placed in a mixed-sex public hospital ward. I'd be astounded if she's been in a high street changing room since childhood. Her public bathroom is single occupancy and comes with a security man standing guard outside the door. Has she had to strip off in a newly mixed sex changing room at the council-run swimming pool? Is she ever likely to need a state-run rape crisis center that refused to guarantee an all-female service to find herself sharing a prison cell with a male rapist who's identified into a women's prison?
Whew.
As a multimillionaire at 14, I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. I therefore understand from my own life experience what the trashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to all women and girls without her privileges. The greatest irony here: had Emma not decided in her most recent interview to declare she loves me and treasures me, a change of tact I suspect she's adopted because she noticed the full-throated condemnation of me is no longer quite as fashionable as it was, I might never have been this honest. Adults can't expect to cozy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love, as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right, and I finally decided to exercise it. The whole thing is just so well thought out, and clearly it's been like she has been hanging on to the way she feels about this for a long time. Yeah. And to put it into words in such a way, she absolutely fucking wrecked her.
I think that's such an amazing statement, and halfway through, I was like, stop, she's already dead. That meme was really in the back of my mind because J.K. Rowling is obviously very good with her words. That's why she's an artist that has sold so many books and has been, well loved across the world for such a long time. But I really do think that it boils down to, yeah, Emma Watson being a brat. I think that Daniel Radcliffe is a brat. I think that they never grew out of that childhood mentality with J.K. Rowling either. And she says it here. It's hard to imagine them as adults when I just think of 10-year-olds having a hard time on the film set at the, very scary lights and so many people being around. And I feel like that's also almost the same for them, but they still have a more mature viewpoint because they don't share that general level of adult respect for her. It's like they feel, oh, I can still make a statement, but they act like children who don't have any life experience almost. It's such a bizarre situation with them because she says it perfectly. They don't owe anything to me. I don't owe anything to them. But at the same time, show a little bit of respect for people, even if you disagree with them.
Well, yeah, it was that they did everything they could after getting all this fame from Potter to try to like separate themselves from her and like disown her because of these statements and all of that shit. And they were clapped and applauded on by so many people for doing that at the time. But she's right. It's not that popular anymore. Now, I think that the reason Emma Watson came out, I don't think it's because she wants to help promote Harry Potter. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
I kind of do.
I
mean, that would be another
personally.
big opportunity for her. But yeah, like she's not acting right now anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that has too much to do with it. I think that it is more. I think she fucking may see kind of what JK said, that it's not nearly as popular as it once was to be like, oh, fuck all that shit. She's completely wrong, whatever. I also think there's a level, maybe a potential level of understanding at the mass amounts of fucking death threats and all of this stuff, as you do have a public assassination that just happened and people calling for J.K. Rowling to be next and shit like that. Maybe she's like, maybe that was a little too far, but she can't really back off because her entire fan base loves her, or like they're following her and they want her to continue to be fucking pro-trans, whatever. So she can't really reverse course. So she's forced into doing this. Well, I think that everybody should still be able to love and treasure everyone, even if they disagree with each other now. She's like trying to have it both ways.
Yeah, and that obviously, as we've seen many, many times, it just doesn't work. I can't think of any people who truly can just say both things to try to appeal to both groups of people and it work out well for them. But I mean, Emma Watson, I do agree, has over the years cultivated a very, I don't know if I necessarily want to just say feminist audience, but with roles like in Little Women and of course Hermione's image, I do think that that is part of it, but also just a very rabid fan base. And I think that that's a good word to use for a lot of the people that are leftists who follow Daniel Radcliffe and Rupert Grint and of course Emma Watson. And it's sad. It's sad that she can't, I guess, just voice really how she feels, even if it's not a popular opinion with the audience she already has. But at the same time, like, she could have years ago stood up for her beliefs and stood up for JK, but she maybe in part was peer pressured, maybe in part truly believed it. Either way, it did gain her some social points, and I think that she's realizing there's nowhere to cash those social points in anymore.
It may, and to give like some benefit of the doubt that where it probably doesn't deserve to be given, but like just for sake of argument, like, hey, took a couple years off from acting, took a couple years, just kind of did myself, whatever. Maybe she does feel a little bit different about things. I don't know.
Yeah, she could have progressed and matured because this all started with J.K. Rowling like really bad in like 2018. So
I don't think that these like child stars, I don't think that they're people. I don't. When you grow up,
they're basically just actors.
When you grow up the way that they did, I don't know how you're a real person. I don't know if you know what you actually feel about anything. You're given lines to say. You're being told where exactly to do all these things to do, and it's like that day in, day out. Especially doing something like Potter, which is 8 films over 10 years. That's all she did with her fucking life. I don't know if they're real people.
I don't know. I mean, between filming roles and then doing the promotional material and then instantly going into different auditions, like, yeah, I think that that is a problem with a lot of child stars, though, is they don't grow up with like learning a sense of their own identity, and then they basically just like latch onto the character they're playing for several years while that project is in development and when it comes out and if they're doing sequels. So yeah, I mean, maybe she truly did have a change of heart. I don't know if I could really believe anything that comes out of her mouth at this point, unless she very strongly said, no, I don't stand with this movement anymore. I 100% stand with Rowling and her rights. That, like, unless she came out was so vocal, it's probably all just fucking PR speak.
Yeah, I like essentially what she said. She used a lot of words in her statement
Yeah.
to say, I don't agree with her about that. She doesn't agree with me, but you can't take away like how much I treasured the moments we had together and our experiences. And I hope that that people would still be able to love me, even if we disagree, and that I'm still able to love other people, even if we disagree.
Yeah.
It's not like it was a hard and fast stance. It was just shocking because it was a pretty hard turn from what she'd been saying before, which was effectively disgusting, go fuck her type of shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess
And people that are like, Emma Watson, she hit the wall. It's like, bro, all you motherfuckers with your faceless profile pictures, if Emma Watson came into your room,
she still looks good.
You would fucking come before she touched your dick, dude.
She doesn't look that bad.
She's absolutely beautiful.
So I think another element to this is so many people now are so used to seeing celebrities with filler and getting so much work done. She looks like a natural 35-year-old. Like, she doesn't look that different. Like, sure, there are 35-year-olds who still look like they're in their early 20s, but she doesn't look like
doesn't look
50.
like she's trying to cake on makeup for this podcast or anything. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but we are kind of conditioned now to expect a celebrity to have filler and like all this Botox and facelifts and stuff. So I think she still looks pretty good. And I feel like you should stop being so dramatic. Let me word that in a nice way. Wave, thank you for the 5. So 8-bit shielded Take Us North. Oh, of course he fucking did. Spider-Man 2 and AC Shadows. He also said the Ananta game is problematic. He says people like us are not real gamers. I don't think he's a real gamer. That's for sure.
Well,
I mean,
he's right about me.
If he loves Shadows, Spider-Man 2, and Take Us North, he's not a guy I have any general respect for. That's for sure. And also, how is Ananta even problematic? Like, imagine the hoops someone has to jump through to come to that conclusion. Oh my god, they have similar game mechanics to another game. Okay, we need to sue Call of Duty for having guns and Fortnite and
what's problematic about it? I feel like we barely really know anything about it.
Right. I would assume it would be problematic because his argument would be that they stole from other companies, so that would be problematic, but I guess I don't know. I'll look into it though. Thank you for the 5. Tommy, thank you for the dono. Eli Whitney shaking his head in his grave watching Serena Williams pick up that cotton. It's so crazy to me that that is what she like showed in her video. Like, did she not think that over? I don't know. I guess she probably
I don't think she has the capacity to think that far in advance.
Yeah, probably not. Also, chat really quickly, if you're enjoying the stream, give it a like. It's over 1,000 people here. You guys are crazy. I don't know why you sit here and listen to us yap, but I'm grateful. I am. But we're kind of fucking idiots, to be fair. So, yeah.
True.
Albert, thank you for the 2. Mary Vera, F. Bree, delete Padme. Man, Padme? Delete? It's pretty bad. Pretty bad take. Hollywood Guy, thank you for the 9 months. It's been a fun ride. Keep on going. And has anyone seen or heard from Mark Dara of The World? Where are they now? He has a YouTube, but I don't subscribe to it or watch it at all. So maybe he's said something about this situation today, but he's somebody who covers things like months after the fact. So maybe by Christmas he'll put up a video on the EA acquisition and give his thoughts because I don't know, he acts like really slow for what a 65-year-old. God. He acts like he's like 90 and barely knows how to use a fucking computer. Barry, thank you for the 5. Garlic keeps away vampires. Cotton keeps the crime rates down. Wild. I'm not laughing. I swear, YouTube, I'm not laughing.
At the profile picture.
The profile picture really does make it special. By the way, I'm definitely, I know we joke about me being a vampire. I love garlic. I eat so much garlic.
You can never have too much garlic.
It would probably disgust a normal person.
You can never have too much garlic in something.
No. I love garlic. Grateful Gamer, thank you for the 10 months. Oh my god, there's so many emotes there. Hey, Ryan and Vera, just saw the Rippa versus Saints and Sinners cover, and it looks like it features Tectone with a mustache. Thank you for that. I haven't seen a new one.
Sea-Dog VA?
Yeah, I haven't seen a new
and
one.
Vera.
No. Yeah, and Vera. That's me. That's me, don't wear it out.
There you go. Maybe it is. She's gonna sue.
Maybe. Pepper, thank you for the 5. Emma, did you put your gender in the goblet of fire?
Did you put your gender in the goblet of fire?
That scene is so
Dumbledore
stupid.
asked calmly to the
He asked
activist.
calmly.
Did you put your pronouns in your bio? Yeah.
Yep. That's true. Tommy, thank you for the 5. Ryan, FMK, J.K. Rowling, Hermione adult, and Bellatrix Lestrange. Well, one's a fictional... Well, I guess Hermione is too. One's real, though. Of course, fictional characters are typically going to be better than real people.
So Hermione adult is so like that's kind of a weird one to think about.
Well, think about the way Emma Watson looks now.
And
And basically imagine your character on a fucking stupid wand and like, I don't know, wearing the robe again.
Okay. I am. All right. This is tough. I'm obviously marrying J.K. Rowling because she's so fucking rich. She's so fucking rich. It's disgusting. And I bet she can still throw it back pretty good. Let's be honest. So I'll be all right. I feel like Bellatrix Lestrange is a freak in the sack.
I mean, she is outside of it.
How can
but
she
she was
not
bullying
be?
children. She was willing to kill children. That's pretty freaky.
Like, how can she not be? That is very tough, though. I do think Emma Watson's really, really beautiful. But we'll go with Killer, I guess. So, killing Hermione. One wild fuck with Bellatrix.
Wild, but also very fair assessment because J.K. Rowling, and she's loaded.
I have to take it seriously, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if it was somebody else and not J.K., like, we'd have a different story here when it comes to adult Hermione.
Fair enough. Mr. Big Morg, thank you for the $9.99. Let's see if Emma still supports JK after the backlash when JK speaks out after HBO hires trans to play Voldemort. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it wouldn't be surprising if they tried to pick like some stupid non-binary actor to try to like mess with their like, oh, in one scene they look more female, one scene they look more I wouldn't put it past them, but I still don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, we all know they're gonna do it FML. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Look, if you were to tell me, hey, we want to make this more relatable to our current world, I would say, you know what? It would be a bold choice for the main villain to be trans, and for the culmination of the entire thing is for them to go to a school and murder a bunch of children. I'd be like, you know what? I can see how you are making that fit in with current day. I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think there's any way possible.
I don't think they're going to. They're not going to make the fucking kind of Nazi-ish allegory. They're not going to make that into a trans person. They're just not.
But if they did, Oh my God. You know what?
Then I
for a
can't
week
wait to make videos about
I
it.
think for a week straight we'd be doing FML because that would be amazing. That'd be so funny. I I don't I don't think they're going to though.
Like,
Uh
and people are like, if they could do Black Snape, they could do anything. True, but there has to be a
yeah.
purpose behind it. Can
Well,
I
yeah.
see a progressive reason for them wanting to do Black Snape? Yes. Could I see them? Could I see them casting a trans Neville or something? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, I could get your argument for why you feel it's progressive. Not a fucking trans Voldemort. They want that to be the fucking whitest dude they could imagine.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
They should bring Ralph Fiennes back.
Rafe Fiennes would still be very good,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He's actually
great.
probably close to the actual age of Voldemort now.
But I think that he's busy doing Hunger Games, where he also is playing an evil white guy killing children. So, hey, he's typecast now. I guess he does really good in those roles. Uncle, thank you for the 2. Please, JK, stop. She's already dead. Yeah, she put out an amazing statement. And, you know, like Ryan said, I think that she's been thinking about that for a very long time. So, I don't know. For the Emperor, thank you so much for the 2 months. Albert, thank you for the 5. Padme's a fictional character who died like long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away anyway, so no issues there.
Somebody said, why are you calling him Ray? I wasn't calling him Ray. I was calling him Rafe. It just so happens that his fucking last name also starts with an F, so it might have sounded like Ray, but Rafe. That's how his stupid Welsh name is pronounced.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's spelled Ralph.
It is.
But it's pronounced.
And I say it Ralph, and
but
I
it's
don't
pronounced
care.
Rafe.
I don't care.
And I think I say Rafe Fiennes. It might be Rafe Fiennes or something. I don't even know. I say Rafe Fiennes. I think that's as close to the actual real Welsh name as I can get.
Stupid. I'm gonna Americanize the shit out of the name. It's like Tolkien and Tolkien. And actually, his name isn't even pronounced that way. His name is pronounced Tolkien, but that's fine because that's adding a third layer that brains can't comprehend. Nightmare Cast, thank you for the 5. Oh no, Stellar Blade is updating. I hope it doesn't break any mods. Stellar Blade is such a good game, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it. But thank you so much for the dono. It's really good. But, all right. I guess the final topic will be, God, another fucking depressing, stupid show, them making stupid decisions. Talk about wasting money. I think the number, which we'll get into in a second, like $650 million. But of course, we all know that The Witcher is good and dead. By the way, if you haven't already pre-ordered it, the new Witcher book, where Geralt is like an 18-year-old Chad fucking ladies, comes out, I think, in like 2 weeks. Go and pre-order it. It's gonna be great. But The Witcher Season 4 is coming out, which I don't think anybody is excited for. Though it will reportedly cost over $25 million per episode, making it one of Netflix's most expensive projects behind Stranger Things Season 4. I know that they were really hoping that, like, this was going to be really big in the fantasy scene and people were going to really like love it. And I thought season 1 was good. Sure, it wasn't 100% accurate, but I still felt that it respected the spirit. And as seasons have gone on, jump scare, they've gotten significantly worse. But it says The Witcher Season 4 has cost the streamer a total of $221 million to make, according to, I think there's actually a couple of sources online that have backed up this now. But this one is Redanian Intelligence. That works out to...
Yeah, Redanian Intelligence does I don't know if I'm pronounced right. They do a lot of shit on Witcher.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But I think that there's, at this point, like several sources that have confirmed this number. This article doesn't mention it though. It says that works out to around 27 million per episode. This is a huge jump from season 3, which set Netflix back 175 million, averaging 21.8 million per episode, which wasn't far off from season 2's total cost of 176 million. And it compares the numbers to Superman, which cost an estimated 225 million to make, as stated by the Wrap, and Fantastic Four set Disney back anywhere from 200 to 250 million. But this is the problem right here. In terms of the series as a whole, season 4 has boosted The Witcher's total budget right up to a whopping $720 million, not counting the spin-offs, which what was that fucking spin-off called?
Blood
Elves? Blood
No, Blood Moon?
something. Fucking
There's
retard show. That was
it
god
was
awful.
Blood Origins?
That might be it.
It was fucking awful. It got destroyed.
Blood Origin, yes.
There it is.
Yeah.
And it was something edgy with blood in it.
Yeah, blood and guts. It was horrendous. And if you thought the first season or the second season of the base Witcher show was bad, boy, was that even worse. But
And if you thought everyone was actually descended from a black person, a black girl is the key to everything,
you were right.
That's the show for you.
Yeah, it really is. It says this means that The Witcher is currently Netflix's most expensive show, sitting in front of The Crown at around 650 million and Stranger Things at under 500 million. However, this may well change when the total cost of season 5 is revealed per Collider, which imagining 720 million going into this is wild, especially counting the fact that they don't have to pay someone as big as Henry Cavill anymore.
Yeah, you probably got a little bit of a cost cut with Liam. Here's like questions I do have. We had heard rumors that season 4, that what they might do instead of, because they don't think they'll get like renewed for season 5, they may have filmed like a long season. This entire thing may have been a season 4 and season 5 shoot, and they're gonna like release in separate parts. That's a theory that's been out there. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be the case. I haven't heard any like updated news or reports about that, but it wouldn't shock me if they were like, well, we already recorded it. We already filmed it. So you might as well just allow us to put out, a last season. Or maybe what they would do is they would just have like a 2-hour movie type of deal where it's just stuff they've already filmed. Who knows? But that is wild. And to top off that massive budget, we also know that Lauren, the showrunner who previously said she fucking hated Cavill, basically has broken her silence, saying he had plans for other roles that he really wanted to commit himself to. And for us, you don't want to hold someone back and force them into doing something that they don't want to do. I think that's why it felt like a really symbiotic decision, which I think is complete and utter bullshit.
All right, that's trash. He would have done that forever if like he liked where it was going. He's passionate about it. He liked the character. He talked about that all the time. And the idea that this is why, oh wait, he had one cameo in Superman and no like actual other contract lineup or whatever, and he decided to just drop this thing like it was hot. Bullshit. Well, no one believes that, Lauren.
To be fair, when it was announced he was leaving, he was supposed to be coming back as Superman. He was signed on to do Highlander, which now he's injured, so none of these projects matter. And he also was apparently in talks to do the Warhammer, which we know that that's been greenlit. But again, the problem is now he's injured, and we don't know how serious the injury is. I wasn't able to see if like he tore an ACL or if he actually like, I don't know, fucking broke his ankle or anything like that. But he had some kind of like foot or ankle injury. So now the production of Highlander is pushed back by several months. Never mind these other projects that either now might have to replace him, though I think he 100% would have stayed with The Witcher over basically anything else if they continued to give him creative freedom, because he was, as described by his co-stars, a Witcher Bible on set, and like they actually were taking it seriously. I think that they got really lazy with The Witcher, even though it has a massive amount of money put into it. They didn't care about respecting source material, and yeah, I mean, I see why he left very clearly. Though I think her answer is total and complete bullshit. Oh, we don't want to hold somebody back. What do you mean? This is his job. Of course he's going to want to stay where he feels it's like something has a future, and I think that he saw that the writing was on the wall for Witcher.
100%. He didn't like the direction of it. He didn't like the creative direction, and he said, "All right, I'm done." He would have done this forever if they would have let him. I think in terms of it, he thought it was rewarding, and he thought they were telling good stories, and he thought they were honoring the source material. I think he would have done it forever because he is passionate about it.
Yeah.
Like Henry Cavill's passionate about things. He's passionate about like 40K, right?
He only
Like,
signs up for roles he really cares about or likes.
that seems to be what he's doing now, which I think is a good idea. He totally would have done it. He said, I don't need to do this anymore because of where this is at. And this is all covered. This is Cope from Lauren Histrich, dumbline bitch. That's what's happening.
And I think that she knows how hated she's become over the years, how much people don't like her, and how people don't really take her seriously or even, of course, care about her opinion at this point. But yeah, I mean, I do also kind of agree with Rover that he's kind of cursed because either projects fall through or things just go downhill, or yeah, it like turns to garbage. It's sad because I think that he's a pretty good actor, but at the
Like,
same time,
hey,
I don't know.
what if we cast Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes? How would you feel about that?
I mean, we already did.
Yeah, in Enola Holmes.
Yeah, but if we
Yes,
actually
yes.
gave him the
Yes.
fucking the actually the reins, yeah, that'd be great.
You know what I mean? It's like these types
He was
of
good
things that
for
you
his
can throw
fucking
out
10
there.
seconds of screen time.
It's like those things that you can throw out there, these ideas, and it's like, how the fuck would you not do something like that?
Yeah. But it's sad that so many of the projects he's a part of just fall through or they turn to trash. And Lauren here, she knows that there's so much backlash surrounding this. She knows that people absolutely hate this series now. She knows that this next season's going to face problems. Never mind if they do another season or they try to get another season. But $720 million for this pile of fucking trash is mind blowing.
That's a lot of money, especially compared to like Stranger Things, right? So, because that's including Stranger Things season 4. Certainly, I don't think the first couple seasons of Stranger Things probably were really all that crazy in the budget, because of the way it was done, as opposed to this fantasy show.
Yeah.
But like when you put it in perspective, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it makes me sad, but
I imagine the 5th season's going to be huge budget for Stranger Things, though.
oh God, I'm sure that
and
it is.
Probably understandably, because with it sounds like it's so much. It sounds like almost every episode might be like movie length.
Well, right.
You know what I
If
mean?
they're supposed to be like an hour, 20 minutes, I think was the estimated per episode.
Per episode, yeah. So,
And then like the last two that are, or the last one that's releasing in like the
3
third
hours.
wave is going to be like 2 hours or something. So, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, Witcher's dead. We've already known it. It's just kind of sad that this is what we're getting as
Shouldn't
Witcher
even
fans.
put that shit out. They shouldn't even put that shit out. They should have just canceled it.
Yeah, they should have canceled it because I don't hate Liam Hemsworth by any means. I think that he's going to receive a lot of backlash because he is a mid actor, but at the same time, like it's not his fault. He just signed up for a role and he wanted to get paid, and like what can you really do about it? They were going to replace Cavill with somebody. But Black Cade, thank you for the 5. Ralph Fiennes always plays a villain, except for Schindler's List. Ryan had to travel around activating all the MK Ultra people, forehead the Fed.
I mean, if it was true, I would have fucking flown. Federal government would have paid for me to fly.
Thank you for the
To
5.
drive my fucking Nissan.
Yeah. And Rover, thank you so much for gifting 20 memberships right at the end of stream. Yeah, we'll take a shot for that. Right at the end of stream, but that's okay. You know what? Shot never hurt anybody. Thank you so much, Rover.
Thanks, Rover. And somebody said the Stranger Things season 5 trailer must be dropping soon. They already dropped the trailer for it.
Yeah, they did. Are they maybe dropping another one?
I'm sure they'll drop another one soon. It's coming out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Also, any chats on Rumble or anything like that?
I just checked about 10 minutes ago and we were good, but let me check again. I've been flipping back and forth.
I just wanted to make
sure. Still good over on Rumble. All 61 of you on Rumble. Thank you guys.
Very cool. I almost just closed the tab. I almost just ended stream early.
Did you really?
Okay.
It would have just been me here. I'd have taken over.
Well, I went to drag the tab over, and then it hovered over the X. So if I had let go,
it's like you let your intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah,
is what it is. Ryan, what have you been up to lately? What are your plans for the future?
I've been traveling so much, and I am looking forward to just being back, chilling, getting into a grind again. Honestly, you start cranking videos out and doing my normal streams because my schedule has been just shit lately, absolute shit. So yeah, you can find me at Ryan Kinel, RK Outpost. I know, cleverly named, so much so that Vera wanted to copy me in my naming format for my channel.
Yep,
that's 100%. She stole it. Like, it's not a lie.
You know what else I'm gonna steal? Your slogan, "Fuck Naughty Dog."
Well, that's an old one though. I sold T-shirts with that shit on it.
Yeah, true. And by the way, guys, listen. It's bad when there are two uncreative people running the show because neither of us can come up. We have a general idea, but neither of us have come up with any other ideas. For merch.
I think I should take on the accountability for that. I've been so fucking busy the last couple weeks.
So guys, don't blame me. It's not my fault this time.
Yeah, so it's like between shit that I've had going on that I've had to try to get ready in preparation for some stuff with Geeks and Gamers, and then the travel. I personally have been really fucking busy and have not properly been able to focus on getting like merch and stuff like that out like we wanted. So
a couple weeks, guys, it'll be.
We'll survive that. I will own that.
And of course, guys, you're obviously here on the channel. Go and subscribe. Also, my Silent Hill F review went up yesterday. Really pissed a lot of people off. Apparently, they're saying I'm a fake Silent Hill fan. I'm a bad gamer. I don't know what makes good games. I'm trash. You know, the whole 9 yards. So go and subscribe to the second channel. Of course, my links are there. Ryan's links are in the description. And yeah, the show does, of course, rotate. So next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, the show will be live on Ryan's channel unless he decides to go on another little trip. But that should be the plan.
I don't plan on it.
Allegedly. And Logan, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker right at the end of stream. Guys, tomorrow night, of course, I will be live, 7 p.m. Eastern. I think that I haven't fully decided. I have to decide between Alien Isolation and Chronos. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be playing Chronos next, so we'll be starting that tomorrow because that came out recently. It looks really cool. We'll be playing that. I'm not going to be streaming Yote at the end of the week. I didn't want to play it. I didn't want to play it, but I put up polls on like the community tab. I put up a poll on X just to gauge because obviously, right, I'm here for you guys. I want to create content you guys want to see. If you guys were overwhelmingly saying, yes, you know, you should stream it, we want to see it, okay, I would say all right. But there are so many other better games that we can play in the next 2 weeks. It's a clear reason to stream other stuff.
It sucks so much because I really like Ghost of Tsushima.
I loved that game. It's one of my favorite games, and I just don't want to support these people for
And I think
the
multiplayer was actually a lot of fun too.
I didn't get into it.
You didn't?
No, I didn't get into the multiplayer.
I did, like when it first dropped. It was Legends mode or whatever it was. It was fucking fun. It really was. For like considering it's basically just a single player game, and then they came out and added that multiplayer element. I spent a lot of time doing that back when I played video games, you know, back in the day.
We'll have to bully you into playing a video game sometime soon.
If I can get
Something
some time,
good.
I would love to play more video games, especially on stream. I just got so much stupid shit going on, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But guys, with that being said, that's going to be the end of the stream. Of course, I'm sure a lot of you already know Ryan, but his links are in the description. I'll be live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Guys, I appreciate all of your direct donations, all of your memberships. Leave a like on the way out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. And have a really good rest of your evening, everyone.